You don't even have kids. You don't need that bonus, my sister mocked. Mom added, she's right. It should go to someone who actually matters. I smiled and stayed quiet. That night, I logged in and turned off every utility, payment, and card that still had my name attached. By dawn, their rent had bounced, the power went out, and their phones lit up in chaos. You don't even have kids. You don't need that bonus, Amanda spat, swirling her wine like she'd earned it. Mom leaned forward, voice dripping sweet poison. She's right, Donald. It should go to someone who actually matters. The air inside the dining room turned heavy, like the walls themselves were tired of listening. Dad chewed slowly, pretending not to hear, eyes glued to the TV across the room. I set my fork down. My hand was steady, though I felt the heat climb up my neck. That same polite smile found its way to my face, the one I'd worn at every insult, every harmless jab they threw over the years. Amanda smirked. You're lucky we even invite you anymore. You act like we owe you something. I looked at her and said quietly, then maybe stop inviting me. She blinked. Mom's jaw tightened. The sound of Dad's spoon hitting his plate broke the silence. That was it. The spark. The storm started right there. My name's Donald Hale, 28, systems analyst from Cleveland. The quiet one. Not by choice, but because shouting never worked in my house. People at work call me calm. Family calls me cold. Truth is, I'm just done explaining pain to people who cause it. Since I was 21, I've carried this family. Paid the mortgage when Dad lost his job, covered Mom's medical emergencies, cleared Amanda's credit cards when her second husband walked out. They always said, you'll understand when you have your own family. What they never understood was that I already did have one. Them. And they treated me like an ATM with feelings attached. Silence was my armor. My revenge was patience. But even patience runs out. Family members introduced Mom, Carla Hale, late 50s. Soft when she wants sympathy, sharp when she wants control. Her love always came with a condition. Dad, Robert Hale, 62. Once the proud breadwinner. Now he spends mornings rereading old sports clippings, pretending those trophies still pay bills. Amanda Hale, 31. My sister. Drama in heels. Always trying to get back on her feet, but somehow always standing on mine. That night, as the argument dragged on, Amanda crossed her arms. You don't get it, Don. Raising kids is expensive. You wouldn't understand. Mom nodded eagerly. She's building a life, Donald. What are you doing? I stared straight at her. Paying for one. The silence that followed could have shattered glass. Amanda's lips parted, but no words came. Mom looked away, and I realized they weren't shocked by what I said. They were scared I'd finally noticed. A week later, the storm hadn't cleared. Mom called while I was at work, voice trembling like she'd practiced sounding fragile. Donald, about that work bonus. Amanda's behind on rent again. Be a good son. Help your sister out. I rubbed my forehead. She gets more help than she tells you, Mom. She sighed, heavy with guilt tactics. You sound just like your father when he forgets family. The word family felt like a weapon now. That night, I opened my laptop and logged into our shared account, the one I'd made years ago to help everyone stay organized. Half my savings were gone. Transfers to Amanda, from Mom's email, same handwriting on every approved note. Hers. My heart went cold. They hadn't just asked. They'd stolen. I leaned back in my chair, staring at the ceiling. It hit me. This wasn't new. It was a pattern, one I'd been too tired to fight before. But now, I wasn't tired anymore. Saturday. I drove home. The house looked smaller than I remembered, but the arrogance inside was still oversized. Amanda lounged on the couch, scrolling through her phone. Mom was in the kitchen, pretending to be busy. Dad didn't look up when I walked in. So, Amanda said, the prodigal son returns. What? Gonna check on your investments. I didn't respond. Just placed my phone on the table and opened the bank app. You've been wiring money under my name. Dad coughed. Don't make a scene. We needed it, son. Amanda shrugged. You make plenty. What's a few thousand? Stop being dramatic. I looked at her, calm and still. Enough to shut the lights off. They laughed, all three. Loud, dismissive, cruel. That laughter stayed in my chest like smoke. I didn't argue. I just watched them, and somewhere between their laughter and my silence, the power shifted. They just didn't feel it yet. Memory hits like a punch. 16 years old. Sitting on the porch, clutching a letter from the college fund my grandparents left, Mom walked out, smile forced. We had to use that money for Amanda's wedding, sweetheart. You'll make it back. I remember nodding, pretending it didn't hurt. Worked nights in a grocery store, then a diner, then a call center, graduated alone. No family in the seats, no applause. Even then, I told myself it was okay. Because that's what love meant, right? Sacrifice? Now, watching them joke about stealing from me, I realized that love without respect isn't love. It's ownership. That night, I made a quiet promise. I won't shout. I'll just stop being their lifeline. Let the silence do what my words never could. 3 days later, the calls started, first from my bank. Mr. Hale, we detected multiple login attempts from a different location. Then from HR. Did you authorize a transfer to a Carla Hale yesterday? My chest went cold. They were trying to steal my bonus directly from my company account. I called Mom. You used my login. She didn't even deny it. Donald, calm down. Amanda's kids. I interrupted, voice low. You taught her this. You taught her to take. She snapped. Don't talk to me like that. We raised you. I laughed softly. No, Mom. You drained me. That silence afterward wasn't confusion. It was fear. For the first time, she realized I meant every word. Midnight. Laptop open. One by one, I removed my name from every account. Utilities, car loan, credit cards, phone plans, every connection. Gone. By sunrise, the dominoes fell. Amanda's rent bounced. Mom's car got repossessed. Dad's cable and lights cut out before noon. Then came the calls, one after another. Mom crying. Amanda screaming. Dad begging. Donald, you can't do this. We'll lose the house. You already did, I said. Amanda sobbed. You're heartless. No, I whispered. I just stopped being your backup plan. When I hung up, the silence was loud enough to hurt. But underneath that pain, there was peace. The kind that comes when you finally stop trying to fix people who enjoy breaking you. A week later, I packed up my apartment. New city, new job, no family contacts. I deleted every old voicemail, the guilt trips, the fake apologies, the we miss you lies. For the first time, mornings felt light. I'd make coffee and not wonder whose bill I'd have to pay next. Sometimes I'd think about them. Mom lighting candles in the dark, Amanda making excuses, Dad pretending nothing happened. And instead of anger, I felt clarity. Maybe they'd never learn. Maybe they would. Either way, I wasn't their lesson anymore. I looked at the skyline and smiled. Maybe darkness was the only way they'd see the light. 3 months later, a letter arrived. Mom's handwriting, shaky, smaller than before. I didn't realize how much we took until you stopped giving. I hope someday you'll come home. Not for money, just for dinner. I sat there for a long time. No anger, no pride, just a strange quiet. I didn't reply. Forgiveness doesn't always mean return. Sometimes it just means you stop bleeding where they cut you. I folded the letter, put it in a drawer, and looked out the window. For the first time, I whispered, I don't carry their weight anymore. The city lights blinked like small promises. Peace wasn't loud. It was earned. If you were in my place, would you forgive them? Or walk away forever? Tell me in the comments. Your voice matters here. Like if you've ever had to choose peace over people. Subscribe for more true feeling stories like this. Because sometimes, the quiet ones carry the loudest truths.